It's end of the school year for a lot of people, and we started hearing these stories from like kids about how they're so happy it's summertime, but teachers feel the same way. A lot of teachers listen to our show. And Ashley McBride, who was out at the ACM, she performed Girl Going Nowhere, which is based on a teacher literally saying to her, like, you're going nowhere. Give up on your music dreams.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
What a great teacher.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Change profession.
Shaping children's lives.
Yeah.
But to look at the more positive side of teachers, do each of you have a teacher that when you look back, you remember? Mine is not like a teacher that I remember teaching me stuff. It's Mr. Merrin, who used to just wander the hallways singing songs at the top of his, he was like the wrestling coach, and he would just sing all the time in the halls. And like, he just stands out to me as like a really positive dude, and he was always a funny guy.
I had a couple teachers in elementary school, Mrs. Krupski and Mr. Zaremba. And they would do music, like in the group space, they would do a little concert, like, I don't
Like
know,
SNL?
every few weeks. No,
Like
I mean,
Will
they
Ferrell
would
and-
jam. Like, he had his guitar. He named his guitar Martin, and he would sit there and jam. And, like, they'd sing just whatever. They'd sing, like, kid songs. They'd sing popular songs. And it was really cool. Like, it had a big effect on me.
Do you think that led to like your love of music?
I think part of it did. I used to watch him jamming the guitar, and I'm like, that's so cool. Yeah.
Elementary school.
I had an art teacher that knew how much I hated algebra, and she would let me stay in the dark room and develop photos and skip class all the time. I would spend all day in there with the red like light on, so nobody could walk in and ruin what I was working on. So I would just stay for hours in the dark room.
That's a good teacher.
Yeah.
Yes.
Couldn't balance a checkbook. It's a whole
Yeah.
Jeff, what about you?
I had a high school band teacher named Mr. Milton that was pretty awesome. It was just one of those deals where he was teaching us how to play music, but also just kind of letting us figure out how to be adults. You're in that kind of age range where you're trying to figure that stuff out. He was a good dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think teachers love hearing this. We have so many teachers. It's funny, you bring up teachers and it's like everybody's a teacher all of a sudden. Like everybody listens to the show is a teacher.
You can always tell when the teachers are at the show. The teachers show up.
Oh, do they party?
They
They
party
let
hard.
go. Oh, yeah.
They're always like, you're not going to believe what we do.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you a teacher?
Where's the after party?
Did Whit and Brad go to school or are they just back there? Because they're in a mentor program right now.
I got a teacher. This guy, Dr. Lazaroff, he was a biology teacher. And
And a doctor?
he would put on jazz music, jazz records while we like dissected like cats and pigs and stuff like that. So it'd be like ding 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 ding. Now cut the whatever muscle. That's pretty cool. He was a cool guy. His tests were always really hard too.
That
like
quote.
everyone would fail, but he would curve it because it would be like a multiple choice, and there'd be A B C D E, and then F would be like A and B, and then G would be A and C, and like every possible combination for every question. So he was always trying to throw you off.
Terrible.
God, I can't even
Wasn't
understand what you said. Let alone- I think I got it
I
right.
fell asleep and woke back up, and you were still missing.
I almost dropped it. Talking to me this whole time?
Hey, I was happy sitting back here and not saying anything. That's what I'll do now.
Is Whit, he's just chilling.
I mean, I don't have a story that good.
Is there a teacher though that you're like, oh, I remember that one teacher?
I always think about my English teacher. I had like an English teacher a couple years in high school that was just sort of on the level, I guess. She was just cool. And whenever anyone asks me that question, I always think of her.